how much time will you take to join the class? Still now, only attendance is 15. Tanushree.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so discuss something. Okay, whether the question was easy, very easy.
Yes, sir. Question was easy and all about মানে স্যার যা পড়ানো হয়েছিল তার বাইরে তো কিছু আসেনি, সবই মধ্যেই ছিল, মানে সব ওই স্টাডি ম্যাটেরিয়ালের মধ্যেই ছিল।
Yeah. So, from the next exam for 25 marks, time will be allocated as 10 minutes, and the other thing is you will not get any span if it is being scheduled at 7 p.m. then it will be from 7 p.m. to 7:10. Okay. That's for final, because in this exam you have taken approximately 3 minutes on an average. Very few students have spent nearly 25 minutes, but most of you have spent only 3 minutes. So I think maximum 6 to 7 minutes are sufficient to get this exam. So for next exam you will get only 10 minutes. Okay, fine. So let us come to the discussion. Now attendance is 25. Okay. So we can't spend lots of time for in waiting phase. So okay, let us start. So you have already learned minimum spanning tree in mathematics and also in data structure class. Okay, what is the why it's important, why we need to find spanning tree? Can you give me one example that this is the case where we have to use spanning tree? Anyone?
Sir, for example, suppose we take a broadband connection. So to put up the connection in like whole neighborhood, so what will be the like shortest cable length required? This could be then real life example of spanning tree.
Okay, so that's the example of spanning tree. Yeah, fine. So here you have learned two different techniques. One is Prim's algorithm and another one is Kruskal's algorithm for determining minimum spanning tree. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? The approaches are different, so what is the difference between these two?
Sir, for Kruskal algorithm, when we are approaching to it, then from very beginning we are getting the increasing order or sequence of the smallest size to largest size edges, and in that order we are proceeding for our minimum cost spanning tree. But in Prim's algorithm, we are not getting any such kind of order, specific order or sequence.
Okay.
Also, sir, in Prims, like we visit one node more than one time to attain the like final output, but in Kruskal's algorithm, like one node is traverses only once.
Okay. Okay. So major difference in Prim's algorithm and Kruskal's algorithm is, one is it will start from a vertex, a spanning tree will grow. In another approach, we will consider the edges, or the will based on the some criteria we will select the edges. So these edges will form some multiple trees, so it will create a forest, and finally all the trees of the forest will be merged and a single spanning tree will be formed. Oh, okay, so at the end of the algorithm only one tree will be returned. So both of this algorithm uses, there are some logic so in both of this algorithm, so we are using these algorithms to determine the minimum spanning tree, so the cost will be minimal. So in which terms this cost will be calculated? Basically the cost is sum of the edges of the tree. So each and every edge is weighted edge of a graph. So sum of the weights of the edges will be minimum. Okay. Now if we consider this minimum spanning tree, in this spanning tree, what is spanning tree and why we are talking about minimum spanning tree? What do you understand by spanning tree?
It's a minimum distance between 2 points.
Minimum distance between 2 points. Is it a tree? If a
Sir,
graph has n number of
spanning
vertices,
tree will actually spanning of many joining many combination of edges that will actually contain no cycle or cyclic order.
a tree will never have a cycle. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then why it's spanning tree?
Yes.
It includes minimum possible number of edges with vertices.
Okay, minimum possible number of edges. Okay, if we think in that way, then let us try to understand that if a graph has n number of vertices, it's a connected graph. N number of vertices are there. So if we form a tree having all the nodes of this graph, then how many edges will be there in that tree?
Sir, please repeat the question.
I have a graph of n vertices. Okay, it's a connected graph. I'm assuming that the graph is undirected graph. I have to cover all the vertices when I'm going to form a tree. Okay, then in this tree, how many what will be the minimum number of edges in a tree?
-1.
N minus 1. Sir.
What will be the maximum number of edges in that tree?
So it will be n-1 minimum, sir.
3 to criteria equal to n-1.
Okay,
Sir, both
then
minimum and maximum is N minus.
so number of edges is n-1. Okay, in that tree, covering all the vertices of the graph. Then is there any difference? So what is tree? So if we form a tree, then n-1 number of edges will be there if we create a tree. Then in both of these algorithm, whether it's Prim's or Kruskal's, when we are forming a spanning tree, each and every graph will have n-1 number of edges. Okay, so number of edges will not be different. So spanning tree doesn't mean a distance between two vertices. In a graph, we may have very large number of spanning tree. We can form multiple spanning tree from a graph. Then we have to determine the spanning tree for which the cost is minimum. So cost means sum of the weights of the edges of the tree. we can discuss with some example that this cost will vary. Okay, so let us show that how this cost will vary. Okay, so if we consider 3 vertices, okay, just okay, uh, again it is creating some problem. Okay, let us consider this one, this spanning tree. Sorry, this graph. So in this graph, how many trees can be formed? You can form a tree like having only 2 vertices, 1 and 2, 1 and 5. We may create a tree having 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5 like this. But if we form these trees, then they are not covering all the vertices of the tree. Okay, so we can form some trees which are not covering all the vertices of the tree. Now our objective is we have to form a tree having all the vertices, but the total cost of the weights of the edges, so sum of the weights of the edges needs to be minimum. So is it possible that we can form multiple tree having different weight? If we create multiple spanning tree and their cost will be different, what do you think, that it's possible that we can form from this graph, we can form multiple spanning tree and their cost will be different? Is it possible?
Yes, it can be.
It can be, sir.
Okay, don't know. Let us consider that if I consider a smaller graph, like say this is vertex A, this is vertex B, and this is vertex C. Now the weight of this edge is say 5, the weight of this edge is 7, and this one is 10. Okay, just I'm writing it here. 10, its weight is 5, and this one is 7. Okay, now if I create a tree having, so this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now if I form a tree like this, what will be the cost of this spanning tree? 5 plus 10, so 15. Now if I form another tree like this one, so it will be B, C, and A. So the cost is this one, this edge is 7,
sir.
it's 17. Now if I form a tree like this, then the cost is 12. So we may have a graph which has multiple spanning trees, but we have to determine the minimum spanning tree. Okay, so where sum of the cost of the weights of the edges will be minimum. So in this graph, which one will be minimum? If we create this one, so this graph is basically minimum cost, it has minimum cost, so you have to determine this one. The application, I'm not going to discuss any application because you have already mentioned that what kind of application is there, where we have to apply minimal spanning tree. Now this approach, so these things are known to you. So here our objective is we have to understand that if we have a spanning tree, then like let us consider that this is another example. So here cost is 5, cost is 15, cost is say it's 7, this cost is 7 again. What will be the minimum? Okay, now let me consider this. This is 7 again. What will be the minimum spanning tree? I'm just highlighting this. We have to cover all the vertices and the cost should be minimum. Okay, so if we consider this tree, what is the cost of this tree? Cost of this tree is 5 plus 7 plus 7,
22.
19.
Sorry, 19. 19.
19. Okay, now instead of considering this, if I take another vertex, like instead of this edge, if I take this one, again it's a spanning tree which is connecting all the vertices, like this, this and this. Again the cost is 5 plus 7 plus 7. So in both of this spanning tree is basically minimum spanning tree. In this spanning tree cost is 19, in this spanning tree cost is again 19, but the trees are different. Is it clear to you? So the trees are different, but we have both of them are minimal spanning tree. So if both of them are minimum spanning tree, we are choosing one randomly. So if we apply Prim's algorithm or Kruskal's algorithm, based on the number of selection of the edges or based on the number of selection, based on the selection of vertices, the spanning tree which will be generated as output of this algorithm, that may differ. Okay, so if I run this program, in my case I may get a spanning tree which is marked by red lines. If you run this program, your program may give it another spanning tree which is highlighted by this color. Okay, but both of them are minimum. This is optimal spanning tree, and this in this graph we have multiple minimal spanning tree. So which one is being selected, that doesn't matter, but the selection, the trees are different. So these algorithms belongs to greedy method. When we are selecting an edge, we can select an edge. We will come to Prim's and Kruskal's in detail. So in case of Kruskal's, if we are selecting an edge, at the same time, if we have multiple choice having the same weight, we can choose any one of them. There is no specific rule for selection. Okay, so that may generate a spanning tree which will be optimal, but still the approach is greedy approach. As we have discussed in case of fractional knapsack problem, if we consider fractional knapsack problem, the algorithm is greedy approach. We can solve the problem using greedy approach, but the solution is optimal solution. In minimal spanning tree, if we apply any one of this algorithm, we will get an optimal solution, but it will give an optimal solution, but the approach is greedy approach again. Okay, so coming to this discussion, that how Prim's algorithm works. Is there any specific rule that we have to start from this vertex, or you can start from any vertex?
Start from any vertex.
Okay, so we can start from any vertex. So whether it will ensure that we will get optimal or minimal spanning tree if we start from any vertex. whether it will be ensured by this algorithm?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, answer is yes. It will ensure you can start from any vertex and you can proceed the steps. Okay, so in this graph, you know the how to solve this problem. Okay. Now, when we are going to solve this problem using program, you have to write some program to solve this problem. Have you implemented it earlier, Prim's or Kruskal's, in data structure lab?
Yes.
You have already implemented it. Okay, then we don't need to discuss in detail because you are already familiar. Okay, so in case of Prim's algorithm, we can start from any vertex. So how will you represent this graph in memory? This graph is given. How will you represent this in memory? We know that adjacency,
Matrix.
okay, adjacency matrix or adjacency list. Which one will you prefer?
Matrix.
So matrix. Matrix is more good.
Okay, matrix. Okay, fine. So first, our first phase is we have to calculate, we have to represent it using cost matrix. Okay, so this is the cost matrix. Its dimension is n cross n. So we are representing it at this moment. For simplifying the problem, we are representing it using adjacency matrix. So the graph has n number of vertices. So this cost matrix will be given as input. Okay. So after getting this input, now we have to start with a vertex. Okay. So if we start from a vertex, then what will be the next step? We will start from a vertex. Let us start from vertex 1. So if we start from vertex 1, how the next vertex will be selected so that the edge will be added in this? Yeah. What's the logic?
These are the minimal cost.
Minimum among what?
স্যার
The
যে
all
যে
adjacency matrix, all adjacency matrix basically.
হবে
Is
Sir, minimum cost with not creating any cycle or loop.
Okay, minimum cost. So basically here we are categorizing, we are just dividing the vertices into two subsets. One is visited, say I'm representing it as visited, and another subset as not visited. Okay, so a set of vertices in visited subset and the rest of the vertices in not visited subset. So when we have selected vertex 1, then add this vertex in this subset, and rest of the vertices will be in not visited subset. Okay, so from this vertex, at this moment from vertex 1, we have to calculate the distance of all the vertices in not visited set if there exists a direct edge. Okay, so at this moment rest of the vertices in not visited set, so from vertex 1 we have to calculate the distance. So what is the distance of vertex 2? Vertex 2 is directly connected, so the distance is 10. For vertex 5, distance is 45. Vertex 4, its distance is 30. So which one is minimum among them? So we are calculating.
Vertex 2.
So if we consider that the vertex in visited set is I, so I will be selected from visited set and J will be selected from not visited set. Okay, and as a whole they will so sum of or union of V and NV is basically the total number of vertices of the graph. Now here in this example, among these three edges, which one is minimum? So minimum is this one. So the edge cost is 10. So now this vertex will be added in visited set. So in this set, I will add this vertex. So vertex 2 will be added here and 2 will be eliminated from not visited set. Okay, so at this moment 1 and 2 belongs to visited set and 3, 4, 5, 6 belongs to not visited set. In the next step, what will be the logic in the next step?
So from the not visited set, it will check which distance is the smallest. So it will go to vertex number 6.
Okay, so my question is, will you check the distances from vertex 1 or you will check the distances of vertex 2 only?
Vertex 2.
Vertex 2 only, sir.
Vertex 2 only, sir.
Vertex 2 only. Okay, so after this step, in the next step you will consider only vertex 2. Are you sure about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us test. Okay, from vertex 2, which one is minimum?
6.
625.
Okay, from vertex 2, this one is minimum. Okay, so the vertex is 6, so I will remove it from not visited and I will add it in visited set. Now in the next step, which one will you select?
So from
Vertex
3, sir. 15.
We will select vertex 6 and it
3.
will go to 3.
Okay, you will go here. So now 3 will be added in this set and 3 will be eliminated from here. Okay, in the next step,
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
3 to 5, sir.
Okay, let us add. So 5 will be added in this set and 5 will be eliminated from this set. Next step,
Sir, we have to come back to 6 and then 6 to 4.
I have to come back to 6. So how will you come back to 6? So will you apply depth first search, DFS algorithm here? Okay, somehow I'm assuming that according to your guideline, you will return here and you will add it. Okay, so that will give you an optimal solution. Okay, now I'm giving you another graph. So I'm giving you another graph here. Say this is vertex 1, this is vertex 2, vertex 3, vertex 4. Okay. Now let me keep some values. 10. We have a vertex 5. Its cost is 2. This one is 7. This one is 17. Okay, let me take this one as 12. One, 2, 7. Okay, now let us take this example. So previously you have mentioned that we can start from any vertex. There is no problem. Okay, I'm just going through your logic. So we can start from any vertex. Okay, so let us start from vertex 1 again. Okay, so if we start from vertex 1, which one from vertex 1, which edge will you select? The next vertex, according to your logic, next vertex is this
2, sir.
2. So now 1 and 2 are visited. Now from vertex 2, which one is minimum?
3.
3.
2 to 3, sir.
Okay, 2 to 3. Then from vertex 3, which one is minimum?
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
And from
3 to
4,
4.
which one is minimum? 4 to 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the cost of this spanning tree? 10.
স্যার এখানে আরেকটা জিনিসও দেখতে হতো যে প্রিভিয়াস যে ভার্টেক্স গুলো ভিজিটেড হলো সেখান থেকে যদি অন্য কোনো ভার্টেক্সে আরো কম ওয়েটে যাওয়া যায় তো সেটা কি
স্যার তাহলে আমাদের ফার্স্টের ভার্টেক্স থেকে চেক করতে হবে অলওয়েজ।
12 চেক করতে পারে যখন 4 এ আসবে 4 থেকে যখন 15 17 হচ্ছে বাট ভিজিটেড ভার্টেক্স গুলো মানে 1 টা যখন 12 এ যাচ্ছে তো আমাদের 12 টা যেহেতু কম তাই 12 টাকে কনসিডার করতে হবে।
স্যার ফার্স্ট ভার্টেক্স থেকে আবার চেক করে করে যেতে হবে প্রত্যেকটা স্টেপে এন্ড দেন we have to select those vertex only which are not visited and also containing the minimum cost than any other vertex.
But you have mentioned something else in earlier case. So you can't go through this. This is not Prim's algorithm, what we are doing here at this moment. So what we are doing here, this is not Prim's algorithm, because in this case, what is the cost? You can just calculate the cost. So it's probably 42. 5 and
Yes,
7,
sir,
it's 42. But actually this graph has a spanning tree having cost 12 plus 10 plus 7 plus 10. So this one is 39. This one is optimal, but it's not an optimal solution. So what we have to do? So in Prim's algorithm, first we have to consider two subsets. So initially this visited subset will be assigned by null and all the vertices will belongs to non-visited set. Okay, so initially this set contains 1 2 3 4 5 vertices in this graph. Okay, now we can start from any vertex. As we have chosen vertex 1, so vertex 1 will be eliminated from this set and vertex 1 will be added in this set V, visited set. Okay, now we have to check that from the vertices of visited set, the distances of non-visited set. So from all the vertices, you have to consider all the vertices of the visited set and you have to calculate the distance of all the vertices belongs to non-visited set. So if there exists an edge, if there exists an edge Eij where this edge Eij where vertex Vi belongs to set V and vertex Vj belongs to set not visited NV. Be very careful. We have to calculate the minimum cost of the edge. So we have to calculate the minimum cost of the weight of the edge Ij. Okay, minimum cost of the weight of edge Ij. So what kind of edges Eij represents? So Eij is basically an edge where Vi belongs to visited set and Vj belongs to non-visited set. Okay, so for all the edges, which one is minimum? You have to consider that vertex. So if for some Eij this value is minimum, then Vj will be added in. So this Vj will be added in this set. Okay, do you get the point? In mathematics,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
have learnt it in different way. In mathematics, you have learnt that you have to visit all the edges and you have to check the cycles. Okay, but cycle determination algorithm, basically cycle determination is a very complex logic. It takes, its computational time is very high. If we consider cycle we have to determine any cycle, then its computational time is very high. So in programming, we can reduce this computational time. We can just categorize it into two subsets. One is visited set, another one is non-visited set. If we consider only those edges for which Vi belongs to V and Vj belongs to NV, then it will never form a cycle. It's not possible to form a cycle. We can prove it. The proof is not in your syllabus. You can understand that it will never form a cycle, but we can prove it that it will never form any cycle. At any moment, if we consider that in a graph, Eij, I'm representing an edge Eij. So here Vi belongs to set V, which is visited, and Vj belongs to non-visited. Okay, so Vi belongs to visited set and Vj belongs to non-visited set. So this vertex has never been visited. If we, for any value of j, the vertex has never been visited. If the vertex has never been visited, is there any possibility to form a cycle? If we add this edge,
No, sir.
the vertex is not visited earlier. So if the vertex is not visited earlier, if we add it with an edge, this is the first edge. First time we are adding it with an edge. So there is no such possibility that it will form a cycle. So in Prim's algorithm, in mathematics, you have learned that we have to apply we have to apply cycle detection algorithm. So when we are considering a next vertex, whether I will choose it or not, then I have to check if I choose this vertex whether it will form a cycle or not. But the algorithm, existing algorithms by which we can calculate or check whether it will form a cycle or not, its complexity is high. That's why in computer science, when we are writing any program, we will apply this approach, not the approach you have learned in mathematics. Okay, so the things has been discussed in data structure, but you have already implemented it, but you have forgot. So you have to recap. So is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
the way in which, like you said, so can you please demonstrate with the given example?
Okay. Let us try. I need some space. Today, I don't know. Again, this pen is creating some problem. Okay, let me try to discuss. Okay. So let us consider some vertices. This one is a vertex. I will take a little bit larger graph. Let me test. Now, vertex 1, I will write it here. Vertex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, 6 and 7. Okay. Let us consider that this cost is 10, it's 15, 20, 17, 8, 9, 12, 4, 2, this one is 6, this one is 4, this one is 12. Okay, I have missed some edges, so this one is 5. Okay, now how many vertices we have? 7 vertices. Okay. So we have 7 vertices. Now, so initially we'll take that so initially this set V equals to, there is no element, so V is blank. Not visited set, this one is containing all the elements, so starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. All the elements belongs to this set and this set is null. So if we start from vertex 1, I'm starting from vertex 1. So from vertex 1, so vertex 1 will be eliminated from here and vertex 1 will be added in visited set. Okay. So after adding this vertex in visited set, what is the next step?
So 1 to 4.
Okay. So we have to determine all the edges E, I, J, where we have to determine the minimum cost of weight of the edges Eij, where Vi belongs to visited set and Vj belongs to non-visited set. Okay, so how many edges are there? From here Vi is belongs to visited set, so how many vertex is there in V? Only one vertex. I have only one vertex.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is V1. So how many edges will be there? V1. 1 is connected with 2, 4 and 7. So V1, V2, V1, V4 and V1, V7. Which one is minimum among them? V1,
V1.
V2 is
V1 to V4, sir.
10, it's 4 and this one is 12. So minimum among this is this one. This is the minimum value. So if 4 is minimum, then we will add this edge V1, V4 in our spanning tree. So when we are adding V1, V4 in our spanning tree, then what more thing we have to do? So when we are adding V1, V4 in spanning tree, then
So 4
4
will be eliminated from NAV
Okay.
and it will be added to V set.
Okay, so 4 will be moved from NV to V in this set. Okay, so 4 will be added in this set. So I'll just use a different color to mark this edge. So here this edge will be added. Now two vertices are visited, V1 and V4. Now from what is the next step? In next step again we have to apply the same logic. Okay, so weight of Eij. Now what will be the value of Eij? You have to consider all the vertices belongs to V set and all the vertices belongs to NV set. So we have to calculate the cost at this moment. We have to calculate the cost of all the vertices. So from vertex 1 is there any connection with 2? Yes, vertex 1
Yes,
and
sir.
2. 1, 2,
Yes,
it's
sir.
what is the cost of this? 1, 2, its
10.
10,
cost
sir.
is 10. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 1, 3 is not connected, 1, 5 is not connected, 1, 6 not connected, 1, 7,
12.
1, 7 is connected, its cost is
12, sir.
12, its cost is 12. Now another vertex is 4. So from 4, is there any connection? 4, 2,
5.
4, 2, its cost is 5. 4, 3,
4.
4, sir.
4.
4, 3 is 4. 4, 5,
Not there.
4, 6,
No, sir.
No connection.
4, 7,
2.
2.
2.
4, 7, this cost is 2. So which one is minimum? Minimum of all the
4 to
edges.
7, sir.
Okay, so this one is minimum. So 4, 7 will be connected. Okay. Okay. Now after this, 7 will be added in this set and 7 will be removed from this set. So V contains the vertices which are visited till now, NV contains the vertices which are not visited till now. So if we select any vertex from NV set, whether it will form any cycle, it can form a cycle if Vj belongs to set V itself. If I and J, both Vi and Vj belongs to V, then it can form a cycle. But if Vj belongs to another set, it will never form a cycle. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So in that
Yes,
way,
sir.
we can avoid cycle formation. Now, after this, you have to run you have to go for next step. So what will be the next step? Now in this set V, how many vertices are there? 1, 4 and
3.
7.
Three
Okay, 3
vertices.
vertices, 1, 4 and 7 belongs to this set. So again, from 1, which vertex will you select? From 1?
1 to 2.
1 to 2.
1 to 2, sir.
So 1 to 2, its cost is 10.
10.
Then 1 to 3, no.
1 to 7.
Okay, only 1 to 7 is there. So 1 to 7.
Sir, 1 to 7 ki kora hobe? 7
Why?
to visited,
Why?
sir.
7 belongs to this set. Why 7?
Set no
Oh,
7, sir.
sorry.
7 is visited.
Sir, only
Okay.
1 to 2 will be there.
1 to 2. Then from vertex 4, 4 to 2.
4 to
This-
2, sir.
Okay, 4 to 2. Its cost
4
is
to
5.
3.
4 to
4 to
3.
3.
Its cost is 4. 4 to 5. Not connected.
Nothing more, sir.
Okay. Then from vertex 7,
7 to
7
2.
to 7 to 2. Its cost
Six.
is 6. 7 to
Sir, 7 to
5.
6 here pore.
okay, 7 to 5 is not connected. Okay, 7 to 5 is also connected.
Yes, sir. 7 to 5, 9.
Yes, sir, 7 to 5.
7 to 5, 7 to
6.
sorry 6. 7 to 5 is 9,
9.
and 7 to
Just
6 is
12,
12.
sir.
So which one is minimum? 4 to
4.
3 is minimum.
4 to 3, sir.
Okay, so if 4 to 3 is minimum, then vertex 3 will be added in visited set. So 4 to 3. So 4 to 3, this is minimum. Vertex 3 will be added in this set and 3 will be eliminated from here. In that way, you have to proceed. Okay, so we can avoid cycle formation in this way. Okay, shall I continue or shall I complete the example or?
No, sir, we understood.
Got it, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is the way how we can calculate or we can form a spanning tree using Prim's algorithm. So on the next class we will discuss Kruskal's algorithm. So before that I will discuss the algorithmic representation, because in exam an example will not be given. Instead of that, you have to write algorithm, you have to analyze complexity. Okay, what will be the complexity of this algorithm, Prim's algorithm? What will be the complexity of this algorithm?
Ego of E log B.
Ego of
E log B স্যার এটা ডিপেন্ড করে তো মানে ওই প্রায়োরিটি কিউ আর যেটা নর্মাল ইমপ্লিমেন্টেশন দুটোর উপর তো ডিপেন্ড করে মানে ই প্লাস ভি লগ ভি একটা আছে আর ই লগ ভি একটা আছে বিগো অফ
okay, we will discuss it on the next class. So the complexity will be dependent. So here we have to use, if we use priority queue, then this is another approach. So we will come to that discussion in the next day. Okay, so for attendance today.